I grew up in a loving home. I went to Catholic school up until middle school, and then we were able to go to public school, but we still were required to go to the church every Sunday. Then it became like the holiday, churchgoers kind of thing. As a child, I was abused by a neighbor, and as an adult, I was raped. I kept thinking in my head, that I should have done something different. I should have run away. I should have fought back. I should have done this, that, and the other thing. And that was hard for me to admit and to talk about, and come to realization that it did happen. That it's not my fault. I think a lot of people think that there's something that they could have done, but it's important to know that it's not your fault, and that there's nothing that you could have done different to change the circumstances and of what happened. I tried everything and anything to fill this void in me, anything you could think of. Whether it be food or, alcohol or a man, something to fill this emptiness inside me. What caused me to hit rock bottom was I got a DWI, and it was on a Tuesday or Wednesday night at like 4 o'clock in the morning when I had to be to work the next morning, and it was the whole ramifications of all the legal and the driving and the driver's license and everything was. It was kind of my, like, what are you doing, Melanie? Kelly Goff, we worked together, and she was always like, Melanie, you should come to my church, it's awesome, you should come to my church. And I was like, I'm fine, no, it's not my kind of thing, She definitely saw that I was struggling and that I needed Jesus in my life. It was actually a regular Sunday, and she was, it was finally, I was like, okay, I'll go. And she was like, okay, let's just go now. It was amazing, because growing up as a Roman Catholic, it was, it's kneel, sit, stand. And I came here and I was like, oh my word, church can be fun. Like, what is this? I can learn about Jesus and have fun at the same time. So it was an awesome experience, and that's kind of what hooked me. On the communication card, one of the questions was, do you want to accept Jesus Christ as your Savior? And I checked yes. I had no idea what that meant. I was like, sure, he's awesome. So, and then that prompted Pastor Bob to give me a call. He was kind of, what's going on? And, it was like, you don't know what I've done. And he said, Melanie, a sin is a sin. God has forgiven you for it. And that was kind of the thing that was the awakening. I've been forgiven, and that's when I realized that I needed to change. I needed to bring Jesus into my life in order to allow myself to change and realize that I didn't need those substances, the men. I didn't need that. I needed Jesus. He is the answer. He is the strong person to lean on. People are people. People are broken. People, we all sin. Nobody's perfect. Jesus is the only one that's perfect. It took a lot of trials and errors before I realized that, but He's the answer. He's the only answer. He's the only thing that can fill that void. My name is Melanie Orton, and I'm here to make more and better disciples of Jesus Christ.